Can I call you Rose?
All right, here we go. On our way to New York City to co-host School IRL. We just came back from Switzerland like 72 hours ago, and we're on the Amtrak heading to New York City. So busy is good, and we're gonna take you guys through the city and kind of what it's like hosting a school event. A lot of cool people ready to meet and having a good time. So let's head it. Let's go to New York.
Fame, like a god. All your hunters just a fame. Same old fame, like a god. All your hunters just a fame. Fame, bro, bitch.
There we go. Welcome to the city. Little bit of a different atmosphere than Switzerland or Milan, but you can't hate it. It's the beauty of New York City. You know, that's why I'm one day in, one day out when it comes to New York. No staying here. All right, so what the schedule looks like today, we're heading to Central Park, going to meet everybody there. There should be about 20 to 30 people, maybe more. And then we're heading to a venue to kind of just meet, network, and have a good time. So it's gonna be a good day in the city. We'll be here all day. And yeah, this is how you start the day in New York. Classic bagel shop.
You go take that risk, you ready? Nah, I need to get more ready. Fast and I had no brekkie. Why's my body heavy? Why's my palms so sweaty?
School IRL, we're gonna get this rolling right here. Got the Goose crew here. Lovely ladies making an appearance for the School IRL. But let's get this party started. They have music going. Got a lot of people here. Who over here then?
What's up, guys? I'm Andy.
Hi,
What's up,
Andy.
Andy? No one will tell Sam and Alex, but everyone afterwards. This is what I've heard.
I don't remember the name of the hospital. Anything that you're
All right, headed to the venue. It's a bit chaotic in the city. School IRL. Something you have to experience at least one time. Doing it in New York too. What a movie this place is. Holy cow. We're walking with 50 people in the streets of New York. All right, Times Square, School IRL. It's a bit more hectic than you can imagine. Or maybe not, you probably could imagine with thousands of people. I'm about to shoot an advertisement for school right now. All right, to fill you guys in, we're heading to the venue to do some training for school and maybe get some food because we're starving. But yeah, we're rolling. We're rolling in New York City. One day we have to get an ad up there. What a show. All right, we are in the venue for School IRL, if you want to show them. We're gonna dive into school for about 5 hours and have a good time. And we have young people, so you can see many more clips coming on. Let's go.
We have Mr. Jay La Rosa himself. Came from Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
Where were you before that?
Portugal.
Okay.
And Italy. I don't even know. Italy, from Portugal, Italy, Switzerland, back to Italy.
Crazy. We got
Yeah.
Master Digital Nomad with us. So Jay, thank you for being here. Thanks for making the trip out. Tell us about how you got started being a digital nomad, because that's what your school community is about, right?
Yeah. So I'll take it all the way back. It's been about 3 years now since I've been traveling and working online, and the way I actually make an income is not the school community because it's free, as you can tell. But I have a business with Amazon FBA, so I started that about 3.5 years now, and 12 months from the day I started, I took a one-way flight to Lisbon, Portugal, and was like, I'm just gonna, I need to make $1,500 a month overseas, and I'm gonna travel until the wheels fall off. And a week before I left, I met my now fiance. And our parents are actually best friends, so we kind of reconvened right before I left. Really bad timing. And a month into my travels, I was like, you should quit your job and join me. And we've been going until the wheels fall off since then. So yeah, it's been a long few-year journey, and yeah, it's kind of how the whole start happened with digital nomading, and gonna keep rolling until the wheels hopefully never fall off.
Yeah, forever. That's awesome, man.
So your business is FBA.
Yeah.
What made you start a community around like nomading, and like how did you get started in that process of growing that community?
Yeah. So I'm 100% sure, maybe not 100% sure, that no one in school or in this room has had the start I've had with my community, because I actually didn't start my community. I acquired my community around halfway through its growth. The community was dead, and it was so dead, and I was the only one posting in there on a day-to-day basis, and I was like, this sucks. Like, you know, I'm trying to meet friends.
Same here.
Yeah, like, this sucks. I'm like replying to myself. And a few weeks went by, and he made a post and was like, hey guys, this community's dead other than me. And he's like, I'm gonna close it down, because at that time there was no $9 hobby plan, because he's like, it's a $99 expense for me. And I was like, don't close it, I'll take it. Like, and I'll basically turn it around. And he was like, okay. And I took it, and the community was at like, I think 4% activity of the total members, and I've scaled it to 33% at its highest. And it's grown like, 2,000 members in like 4 months. My number one tactic of like bringing engagement to the community, like skyrocketing discovery, is literally what you see right there is the green, like the green row and wave is just being active. Like, I realize, and like, not to have a motivational speech here, but like every single one of us like have the same, or born with like the same, possibility or skill, and that's just like having unbelievable like volume of just doing a lot of work. Like, a lot of people don't know marketing, ads, like other people are professionals in different areas, but like being able to just show up and just be like chaotic volume is something that everybody can do. And I just started doing it, and I was like, I'm gonna learn and fail like crazy so fast, and obviously it's worked out like crazy.
And where's your traffic coming from for this community?
It's all organic, just the discovery. So I've scaled it this high, I think 58, like in discovery in the hobby category. But everything, I get about, I would say about 3 to 5 member requests a day, just from like no traffic. I mean, it's on my LinkedIn, but doesn't have much like traction at all. So it's all just that, or I just see a lot of like invited by. A lot of people just invite their friends. So it's that, it's referrals, and just organic traffic. And like when the wave was happening, I was getting like 70 or 80 new members a day.
Is this like a new opportunity for you financially, or are you just like sticking with your FBA and then using school to like build a following, build rapport, like establish yourself?
Yeah, so I always had a plan to monetize, information space, I guess you'd say, like through an Amazon FBA community. So when I first came on school, I was like, okay, eventually I'm gonna build out how to learn how to basically sell info, and I didn't understand the power of a community at the time. And like then the digital nomad thing happened, and I was like, well, I have to take advantage of this. And it kind of didn't derail me a little bit. And I was like, well, I know it's gonna take me months on end to build my Amazon FBA community. So I always had that plan and set, and now I'm launching that community in 2 weeks, which I'm really excited about, because I invested so much time. Like, it took so many tips from building this one out, and then like from what everybody else says. Like so I shot my VSL in Switzerland. Like we hiked like 4 hours. Like me again, another trooper recorded it for 30 minutes, like holding the camera, like on a windy mountain in Switzerland. Because like the biggest thing with my community coming up, and this one as well, is like freedom. Like when you think of like digital nomad, you think of like making money while having the ability to travel. So instead of selling like remote work or online business, I sell the freedom. And that's a lot of what I'm gonna do with Amazon FBAs, because that's what it's created me. I always tell people, like, it's not about the money or the income you can create, it's the freedom, like, to make money in any time zone. So that's why I shot my VSL from this mountain in Switzerland, talking about this freedom. And that's what I push. Even like when you join the community, I always say, like, the member question is, what is your monthly freedom number? Like, what do you want to hit? Where like you can basically escape. So yeah, so that's the whole big question is, I'm taking it to Amazon FBA to monetize it, and this will forever be free. And I use it as a way to build authority and like personal branding, so people can watch my videos, know who I am. So like, if I can get 15, 20, 30,000 members in there who are all active, like in the future, like you're basically, I wouldn't say like forever rich, but you're forever set because you have this following of people that like will buy whatever you want. So yeah, this is like a personal branding way and have monetization.
What other like tactical strategies do you use inside your community to like foster engagement, get people to stay, make people feel welcome, like make it a real community,
Goose mentioned like one of the smartest things I've ever heard, and like I've been doing it but haven't thought about it, is like your community is one thing, but like you have to have like an attraction of like what people are working towards, and kind of what I just said with Amazon FBA, like what I'm selling and with Digital Nomad is like it's the freedom. So the community's dived into so much because all I emphasize is freedom in the group. Is like you're pushing towards freedom, whether you're doing remote work like Digital Nomad or like backpacking the world and not looking to make big income, like you're pushing towards freedom. So by having that as like the main theme of the community, which I can do 100,000,000% better at, like in the future with obviously all the tidbits he dropped. But by pushing that, like it seems like everybody gathers around freedom, whether you're doing like remote work or creating an online business. Because there's a massive, I know the title is like big, but there's a massive divide between people who are like remote work, relocate, and like online business and live like a king. Like there's a big kind of like divide between that, but I try to bridge that together with freedom. And they're like, yeah, we're both pushing towards the same freedom, whether someone's doing it lavish and someone's doing it, but we're both free. So yeah, that's been like having a theme around that, and maybe I can create even a bit more fun with the freedom, but like having that common theme instead of just like piling people into like.
Do you talk about like how you became a digital nomad in your group, and do you teach people about Amazon FBA, or like what do people talk about?
But I actually had a call with my community yesterday, and I basically opened it up to like get pelted for like an hour, and there was like 20 members in there or so, and they were like pelting me on what we should do in the community, and it opened my eyes like crazy because, like I was saying, there's a big divide between like remote workers and online business people, and somebody was like, sometimes we focus on too much fun stuff and not enough value. So I realized that like I need to revamp the entire classroom section where it's like current digital nomad, aspiring digital nomad, and then like online business opportunities. Because I do have a section like Amazon FBA in there, and because like people wanted it. When I told them what I did, like of course people are interested. Like, well, I want to live that lifestyle. But yeah, I'm actually got my eyes open to revamping the entire strategy of the program. Like not just be like, Thailand focused or some specific things focused. There's like, it's current digital nomad, aspiring digital nomad, like here's some online business opportunities, and let's focus around that. And then I want to have a balance more of like value versus like let's be fun and stupid, like value, fun and stupid. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what the community's building towards. It right now, it's a lot of just fun. It's a lot of like, hey, I'm in the Philippines. Who's in the Philippines? And like 4 people will answer and be like, let's meet up, which is awesome. Like that's what you want, like for your community. And we have a big Southeast Asia community in there, and then obviously there's a big, U.S. community. But yeah, it's a lot of that. I hope that helps. One of the biggest things that helped reactivate the community was like showing up, obviously, but also like asking these engaging, stupid questions of like, this more than anyone. I always ask these dumb questions like, would you rather like, swim across the Atlantic or like, backpack for 18 months? And asking those questions, there would be like 100 comments on those, and people like debating each other and fighting it, and that kind of like sparked people actually like buying back into the community of like, oh shoot, like some remote worker joins in and like one of like the veteran members would be like, oh, I'll help this guy out, like pulling them back out of there. So like these fun, ridiculous questions actually did a lot of the revamping for the community instead of just like value, or like,
How long does it actually take you to maintain this and to take care of it? Because it's like our time is so limited, like you could be posting another YouTube video or emailing your list more. Actually this, and also what is like the ultimate goal? Where do you want to funnel these people?
I would say it takes me probably an hour a day, and I just kind of fell in love with the Skool platform in general, so I find myself spending a lot of time on there. But I would say like an hour a day it takes me to work with it, and yeah, it's kind of essentially saying like, okay, you're working 7 hours a week for free, but there's going to be a crossover between my Amazon FBA monetized community and the digital nomad community. Like I made a post there about how I'm launching it. A ton of people like reached out and responded. So I guess like that's a little bit of a funnel to help monetize that, bring people there, because I think I can expect about 30 to 50 people over. And my plan is $149 monthly for the Amazon FBA one, which is like unheard of, because like the programs are like 10 grand or 5 grand to buy. The plan, like the long-term goal, so like the motto of the community is to have a friend in every corner of the world. I guess it's just continue to really grow it, because none of us even know what business we get into maybe in 5 years from now or 10 years from now, even though it could be on Skool. But let's say that I felt really confident in creating an online business, because if my YouTube does really well, then Skool does really well, and I have Amazon FBA, now there's 3 outlets of an online business. So maybe I can create an online business community. So just really growing a really active following is the goal, is to have a really strong personal brand of people who just like buy into Jay La Rosa.
You have classes as well for the digital nomad?
Yeah, so obviously I'll be having classrooms. It's more of like a 90-day roadmap for the Amazon FBA one, but for the Skool, for the digital nomad one, it's a bit scattered right now as far as classrooms. Like there's like a really extensive Thailand one. There's a really extensive content creation one that like I basically came into from the past one that he made. I'm making like an extensive online business one. But like I was saying earlier, is I'm gonna revamp the entire classroom strategy where it makes it really easy for onboarding to either go left or right, either current digital nomad or aspiring digital nomad. And like where you fit in those categories, it's like, okay, online business, remote work, then it's like taxes, visas, relocation, accommodation. So that's the plan with the classroom phase, because right now, I think like it's a little bit too chaotic with people being overwhelmed, just saying like, great Thailand stuff, but also like content creation, also like online business, remote work. You can't do everything at once, it's impossible. So I'll try to pull this into like general for you guys, but one of the biggest things I had limiting beliefs on, or narrow beliefs on, was a lot of members wanted remote jobs, right? And how do I get, how do I fix my resume? How do I fix the cover letter? What platforms do I go through? And I took that as like, I should tailor my entire time into this sector of the community. And much of that call I had like yesterday with my community opened my eyes to that, because you think like you need to focus on one thing that's I thought like, okay, if I focus on remote work a ton, it's gonna increase engagement by like 10x, because people are looking for that. So I spent so much time researching the best. I've never had a proper job because I started with business, like how to build a great resume, how to build a great cover letter. I was calling like community or job platforms or for remote work and recruiters on like, how do I get my members jobs? This is gonna change everything. And I had this massive announcement of all this work I did for them free.
Let's give it up to Jay.